reporting live from Warsaw in literally my favorite hotel room I've ever been in. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna talk about the lunar eclipse in Scorpio coming up May 15th, but I actually, before the vlog comes out, which will take a couple weeks for my editor, I just wanna show you around this room. So I will get into the lunar eclipse in a second, but look how beautiful this is. I mean, the chandelier, the piano, the wine glasses, and the letter addressed to Mr. Maren Altman. I don't need 2 wine glasses, let alone wine, let alone an address to Mr. I have books because I was balancing my camera on those, my tripod for my phone, but I mean, like, this is just gorgeous, especially the view from like over here. Got some great camera shots just like in here like that. Could not help myself. And then the bedroom in here is also beautiful. Just so gorgeous. So now that that's shown and everything, I'm going to talk about this lunar eclipse in Scorpio because it's one of the most horrendous alignments of the year. No, I'm just being flat out honest. And when there's good astrology, I say it do. So don't come at me with like, you're always so negative, like fuck off. Like, no, you fuck off, get whatever. I don't have time for this. The moon is in its fall in Scorpio. And when planets are in their fall, it's like being at an objective disadvantage. You're lacking the resources that are usually given to someone in your circumstances. And it's also conjunct the south node. And eclipses are always on either the north or the south node because that is what the ecliptic is marked as in astrology. The south node represents release, letting go, the past, apathy. A good astrologer once told me that the north node is kind of like a punk rocker who's really into makeup and hair and being all done up. The south node is like an emo rocker who has to pretend not to care or literally does not care. I think in terms of, or actually I'm not even gonna go there, but like hair metal versus like 90s rock or something with the vibe between the two. So when the south node is activated, it can often be a very tiresome, very like you didn't prepare well for this, so you're having to give up type of event. And it inherently represents release. The north node is volume up, the south node is volume down. Neither are great to have because they're such energetic extremes. Neither are bad or good or anything like that. They're just inherently usually challenging because they involve an extreme energetic increase or decrease of the south node. So lunar eclipses are always full moons. They're just full moons that happen on the ecliptic. That's what an eclipse is, which is supercharging it, whatever you want to call it. It's just more intense. It's like it's on steroids. So a full moon is already a letting go. It's a release. You all know that hospitals, emergencies, they increase in capacity during full moons. People are more dramatic. They tend to be out partying, etc. So lunar eclipses are that, but you know, gigafied on steroids. And lunar eclipses with the moon in their fall are, I mean, you think about giga releases, insane releases, then you think about the moon in its fall conjunct the south node, and you're like, this looks like a gnarly release. This looks like the expulsion of something. Something is out in the open in the collective energetically that's very challenging. Mars is conjunct Neptune, and Mars is the fighter. Neptune is spirituality, biology, transcendence, the spread of things that are non-physical. So that already looks like fighting for something that is a little bit unascertainable. We could have a sense of fatigue. We could have a sense of working towards something but not having a tangible goal, and that's no way to do something. If you know me, you know that I don't go anything without a tactical battle plan, an entry, and an exit strategy. It's what's helped me with trading because I go into everything with risk management. I know what I'm willing to risk, what I'm willing to put up, what is my entry, what's my loss, what is possible in that trade. I don't go in blind. This looks like going into something blind that we're losing something. And with Venus conjunct Chiron, Venus being in Aries, a sign that it is opposite to the sign that it rules, meaning it's in its antithesis or like it's in a foreign country, this looks inherently difficult towards emotions, feelings, values, things around personal harmony with others. Chiron is an energy antenna. That's something I got from another astrologer as well, where it is a big signal picking up point. We're usually very triggered, very sensitive, and very aggravated when Chiron is active as well. So for Venus conjunct Chiron, and Venus referring to women's issues in Aries where it already is a bit uncomfortable, I mean, when I saw this months ago, it screamed something around women's gonna come up, and I remember saying that and thinking, could it be something biological that's happening? I know a lot of people have talked about, I do take a side. I take the side of like, fuck you for censoring this and hiding this information, but we do know many reports of like women with issues with fertility and their period with vaccines. I knew like almost all of you were gonna say that, or would think think that I was about to say that. I thought that was going to come actually when I saw this, but it's more around the abortion issues in the US with the Roe v. Wade overturned draft leaked. And a draft is a draft, so we don't fully know what's going to happen. People have been asking me what I think the actual result is going to be, if it's going to get overturned or not. I need to look at the astrology. I have not had time because I've been traveling. Like I'm in Warsaw right now, so I just actually haven't been to do any new I've been able to do any new research. Sorry, it's been a long day. I woke up late, so it's like almost 10 p.m. now, and I'm just wide awake, honestly, after filming and taking so many TikTok drafts. I take so many TikTok drafts and I post like 3 a day. And then I look back and I'm like, shit, too late now. I'm in 3 countries later, but maybe I can go back and post my drafts. I'm in Warsaw right now, in like the Old Town area, and it is beautiful. Like, this is so cute. If you don't know, this part of Warsaw was destroyed in 1944 when the Germans invaded. So they reconstructed it to look like what it was before. It definitely has a bit of a, I don't want to say a fake feel, but it's perfect. Like, it's like everything's perfect. So, and even like the distressing is like distressed paint, but it's beautiful. I love being in this area. Like, I've never been to Poland before, let alone anywhere in Central Europe, and it's lovely here. So this is the nicest suite this is my favorite. This is more than the Burj Al Arab Club suite. I wish I could have had like a close friend or someone with me here. Maybe not a Mr. anyone. I don't think I'd bring someone like that in, unless I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, it's a large scale letting go and release in a extremely uncomfortable emotional way. I know for me, it's in my 10th house of career, my 11th house, which contains my midheaven, my career indicator. So it's in my 11th house of publicity, audience, reception, groups, and it's near my midheaven and my Chiron, which are like the most public trigger points. And whenever the moon is in Scorpio, shit goes down for me. I've discussed this before. Shit is so just like not good when the moon is in Scorpio. If you saw my Barcelona vlog, shit like that happens. If you've seen any of my just like stories when shit goes down, the moon is in Scorpio. So I'm wondering, what's gonna happen. I can't get recanceled at this point. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Like, you can't take me more out of context. At this point, it's a joke, and I can't even care anymore. But if someone else wants to accuse me of being Elon Musk's astrologer, go ahead. The more you accuse me and call me Karen alt-right, the stupider you seem, given I'm visiting like concentration camps here, and like I'm not Elon's astrologer, but maybe you'll blow it up to that point, so keep being ludicrous. Me saying this is probably what's gonna blow up. Well, inception with the eclipse at that point. It's a large-scale emotional letting go of something you've been tightly held and attached to. Scorpio has a capacity to be extremely obsessive and hold on to things. So a lunar eclipse on the south node is like, bitch, is gonna be ripped out of your heart. It is going to be ripped out of your hands and your heart. In saying that now, thinking about some of women's like thoughts and feelings around the current issues, feels like I just articulated it with no sugarcoating unintentionally. Like, it does not look good. I'd say just objectively for people who want to defend. I'm not gonna take a side on that. Frankly, I just literally don't know enough about. I'll be honest, because people have asked me about the abortion thing. I think that Tim Pool describes it well, where it's the one thing where you can't be in the middle. Like, you have to be black or white on one side, and because of that, it has the capacity to really launch civil war and civil issues in the US. And I'm like, look, I don't like it, but also I don't think you can, you just need to have it available, because it's a slippery slope if you don't. And I know that, like, if I was pregnant, I literally might just, like, kill myself. Like, I wouldn't want to do any, like, it would be so bad. But then again, I'm a femcel, and I literally don't have sex because it scares me too much generally. The risk, like, every time I've been like, I must be pregnant. And people are like, fucking not, Maren, shut up. And then I never am. So that's just oversharing on the vlog as usual. What you can expect in your own chart in the Scorpio area of life is just a huge, just gut-wrenching letting go. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Just a gut-wrenching letting go. The Venus area of your life is going to be like a pain point or a trigger that is involved in it, where you're vulnerable. For me, it's my 4th house of home, family, living situation. I'm a little bit like, do I move back in with my dad over the summer when I have a few months before I might want to do some more travel? And I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to go home and see my dad. Like, he's like one of my best friends. It would be just like a cozy place to stay. It's nicer than my New York apartment. It's not like a long-term thing at all. I'm just like, why not move in with my dad? Like, he wants me there. He's like, Maren, please come home I'm like, I'll spend a few weeks there. I'll spend a few weeks to months before I know where my next lease is, before some things in my career actually will dictate what city I'm in. Really exciting, and I can't share anything now, but like, it's insane, guys. Like, when you hear this, you're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be like, I've known for like a year now, but I couldn't say anything. So maybe that has to do with the Scorpio. Maybe it's gonna be unveiled because there's an unveiling, and maybe it won't be up to me that this is being announced. So that could be it, actually. in the world leaders charts, it looks horrendous. I'm not gonna lie, it looks horrendous for the chart of Ukraine and Russia. And I've spoken about this since both of my videos on them, that the moon in Scorpio right on their fixed sign angular placements, I mean, looks like I thought it was quite peculiar how very little was done on Victory Day for Russia today, except for cancel some air shows and be like, there's no air shows due to bad weather. The bad weather doesn't exist. There's not fucking bad weather. The weather was fine. Everything is a little strange. And I mean, I like the channel Redacted News. They give a lot of more updates, I think, more transparently than like CNN about just like both sides and like shit going on. So I would recommend watching them if you want more updates. Rather, I recommend them, frankly, because I think there's a lot of stuff going on that's not disclosed, especially because some of the astrology is like, there's things going on, and I don't feel like it's maybe just publicized because at this point it's been talked about so much that you're not getting the news updates anymore unless you search for them. But TLDR, look for the Scorpio house in your chart. Going to be like a large scale letting go. Geopolitically, we usually don't do that well under lunar eclipses. Solar eclipses do more with the leaders, and they are concerned with the rulers of countries. The sun is more of the authority versus the moon is often the people. So for example, the abortion rights discussions and things like that, that is more around the people. That's a people's issue. That is not just one person or leadership issue. And that's why I think that the lunar eclipse, I'm more concerned for that in a wartime context, because it refers to the common person. Yeah, and I don't like Mars Neptune with the aggressive spread. I really don't like that. I'm gonna be very, very close to that area. I'm gonna be in fucking like Eastern Poland. I'm in Warsaw, so I'm in Eastern Poland, but like Eastern Poland during that time because I'm visiting the village my grandma's from. And maybe I want to find out where my family shop was. They were butchers, and I'm vegan. They were butchers, so I want to see if there's still evidence of like the shop that they owned, because they were like the family business was being a butcher. So that is the TLDR for what to expect around this eclipse. I have a full video on May predictions and May collective energy for that, but expect just the ramp up and release. The market's doing it already, so I don't need to beat a dead horse about accuracy in the market, because like I shorted. I didn't put that much into this trade, so I mean, I think I'm gonna just book another trip with it. Like it's that kind of trade where I'm like, fuck it, might do that. I mean, I'm in all cash anyway, so yeah. And also, I talked about this on the vlog, but I feel like I'm gonna get this out tonight, so I might as well talk about it here as well. Like, just the build up to this eclipse, and I'm in this suite that I've dreamed about being in for like since I became a Marriott member, because this was on one of the hotels that they're like world renowned, and it's actually a like national historical suites, the whatever suite in the Bristol hotel. I'm leaving tomorrow, so I don't care saying it. Like I'm at the Hotel Bristol in the Paderewski, I don't know how to say it, but the Paderewski suite. And I had a moment today when I put on this dress and like came here, and I was like, what if my grandmother saw me in this? Like, it just felt very nostalgic. And yeah. I don't know where the guy's playing, but you can't really see it from this window, but like the old town is that way. And yeah, there'll be a vlog out for that soon. So I hope that this was helpful. I don't have anything else to say, but I'm here for you. Fixed signs, it will get easier in about a week. And it's cool being here. So yeah, take care.